you'd like to not exist anymore. And you'd prefer it if life in general didn't exist anymore. Wow. So if you're ready to deconstruct the world, why not just deconstruct yourself? Instead of killing yourself, why not deconstruct yourself? Your frame of reference is purely psychological. It's an extremist reaction. The freedom of not wanting. Have you ever heard of that? It's pretty deep. So I offer up this for your consideration. The freedom from the position of being free from wants. What about that? Yeah, it's good to be free from wants. But it's also good to be free from the position of not wanting. Freedom from freedom. For even freedom is not true freedom. Because if you are free, that means you are bound to a contextualization. So freedom really isn't freedom. Because you're not free. to choose not to be free. So is there really any such thing as freedom? If to define and realize freedom means putting up walls, boundaries, and limitations, then by this very definition, it's not freedom. It's confinement. So you've heard this been said before. Freedom is not free. Yeah, that's right. It's not free. Men and women have to go and die for it. It must be paid for in blood and enforced with weapons. Because freedom ain't free. The best you could hope for is to be a free slave. Which basically equates into prison privileges. So how free are you? How many confinement benefits do you have? Free will or determinism. The Daffy Pterodactyl redactment tackles the faculty reenactment of the crackling shackle sacrament. That's important. Remember that. Nice rainbow. Yeah. Oh, flowers, if you only knew. Your existence is stupid. And yes, I am in a position qualified to cast that judgment. Because I know things. I can name things. And your existence is stupid. Sorry. It's the truth. A truth that should be believed in. All those that don't believe in it are stupid. It works. It's sound. It works for me. Make it work for you. Yes. these flowers' existence is stupid. Yeah. What was I gonna say? What the hell was I gonna say? It's not present. But everything is its reflection. And it's really hard to put a label on it, because you can't. Saying it's nothingness is putting a label on it. It's not about labels. What are we? Is it really important? It's not any label. We're not beings of light. We're not God's children. We are not awareness. We are not spirit. Not even imagination. It's ineffable. To say it's nothing is not really a new group or a new label. Because what is the group of nothingness? Is there a whole bunch of different things you can assemble that all classify as nothingness? I think there's only one nothingness. So therefore it's not a group. If you identify yourself with nothing, where's the group? Suffice it to say that even nothing is not accurate. There's no words. There's just no words. Duck talk. Duck talk. Doesn't that attract you to me? Indifference. Do you have food or do you not? Uncharacteristically unaggressive. Waterfowl, waterfowl, waterfowl. It's not meaningful. You have to redress it. Fusion. Leaf blowing is such an important job. It's so important to pay men to make a lot of noise and waste a lot of gas blowing leaves from one location to another. Take all the leaves from this parking lot and put them into this pile. Because you know, these leaves are not going to blow away. They're going to stay here. Nah, this world isn't noisy enough. Thank goodness for leaf blowers. Oh, Bumblebee. Bumblebee, what are you doing? Stop collecting pollen and start collecting vinegar. If you do this, the whole hive will collapse. That's what you want. You wouldn't have to expend all this energy. You're being imposed upon. Don't you get that? You are suffering. Yes, whether you realize it or not, you are suffering. You have to endure being out in the cold. It rains upon you. And you're gonna have to die anyway. So what's the point of living? Stop collecting pollen and start collecting vinegar. Why don't you listen? I guess you're just too stupid. Is that a fairy? Is that a pixie? What the fuck is that? It's gigantic. Whoa. Oh, don't go away. Oh, he's fast. He's all the way. Whoa. Some strange activity going on. The bird was chasing that sprite. Lost sight of him. Yeah. Positive and negative need each other to exist. What they're looking for from each other is resistance. If there's no resistance, then there's no longer any sustainment. No distinction of positive and negative. I mean, isn't that the fundamental principle of distinction? Contrast. So, a lesson can be taken from that. Essentially, what it boils down to, when it comes to going up against evil, I'm not going to say good against evil, because good sustains evil, evil sustains good. And often they commit the same acts. Acts of love can be committed by evil, and acts of hate can be committed by good. Evil catches the eye. It takes the attention of being the troublemaker. It's the one to deal with. But really, you gotta take both of them down, because they go hand in hand. And ironically, what's the best way to deal with evil? Not to deal with it. Not to react to it. Not to act against it.
not to get all emotionally riled up about it, not to get angry. That's what's feeding evil. That's what feeds negativity. That's what it's looking for from you. Some kind of investment to validate it. That's why nonviolence always wins. Gandhi, India. They just laid down in the streets, refused to move. And they were hit with sticks and attacked by dogs. They still didn't react, didn't move, didn't do anything. And that's how they won. How to deal with evil? Let it thrive. Don't interfere with it. People are going to think that's crazy and off the wall. But it's the temporary aspect of functionality.